Welcome to the National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. National Honor Society is an organization which impacts its members beyond high school. At this time, we would like to recognize anyone in the audience who has participated in NHS. Please stand. Thank you. Now, the Northeast Junior Air Force ROTC will present the colors. Please rise and remain standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Our speaker this evening is Senator Matt Hansen. Matt Hansen has served as a Nebraska State Senator since 2015, representing District 26 in Northeast Lincoln. He grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and graduated from Lincoln Southwest High School. He went on to earn a bachelor's and a law degree from the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, before beginning his career in the Nebraska legislature. In addition to his role as a state senator, he is also an adjunct professor at Nebraska Wesleyan University, where he teaches classes in American politics. Senator Hansen currently serves on the Business and Labor Committee, Government, Military and Veterans Affairs Committee, and Urban Affairs Committee. Additionally, he also sits on the Rules and Planning Committee. In his time in the legislature, he has passed bills to provide affordable housing across our state, support for our workers, and reform for the criminal justice system. Outside of the legislature, Senator Hansen also serves on the board of Asian Community and Cultural Center in Lincoln. He lives in the University Place neighborhood with his wonderful wife, Jane. So please welcome Senator Matt Hansen with me.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me join you in this exciting night. As you heard, my name is Matt Hansen. I'm the state senator representing District 26 here in Northeast Lincoln, including all of us here tonight in Northeast High School. I grew up right here in Lincoln, and was in the same spot as you, students being honored here tonight, being inducted to my high school National Honor Society about 15 years ago. From this point, as you've heard, I chose to go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln for both my undergraduate and law degree, and immediately after that, I ran for the legislature at the age of 26, had the privilege of being the youngest state senator when I was sworn in during the 2015 session. I was fortunate enough to be re-elected to the legislature, where I've been serving for the last 7 years, and while I'm no longer in my 20s, I'm still one of the 3 youngest members. I share my background tonight to both give you some context for my speech and to give you an example of how post-high school career could play out, as you are undoubtedly considering your future careers and what steps you need to put into place to achieve your goals. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, a career in politics, that sounds terrible. And honestly, I can't quite dispute that. It does have its ups and its downs. But you could all just as easily be hearing from my wife, who would have her own story about being inducted into the NHS in Fremont High School, moving out of state for college before coming back to Lincoln to work her way up to the arts community, where she now works for the largest theater in our town, and routinely working with national artists, which was always a childhood dream of hers. Again, the point of these stories is to share that the paths we all take in our careers are unique, even for people given the same skill sets and preparation in school. For example, everyone in this room shares the same 4 guiding pillars: leadership, scholarship, character, and service. And although these values are shared by each of us, the way they guide our lives are unique to each one of us. I've had the valuable opportunity to see these values play out both as a state senator and a college professor, which is my profession when I'm not at the Capitol. Whether it be in the classroom of freshman writing students at Nebraska Wesleyan University, with a group of 4th graders touring the Capitol, or even standing in front of a room of dedicated high school schoolers, I never fail to be amazed at the power of our community. I'd like to share just a little bit about how these values have impacted my own life, and they can be used as lessons in your journeys. I've been fortunate to have great leaders in my life who have inspired me and have pushed me to be a better leader. One of the things that I've learned throughout my career is that leadership should not necessarily be measured by the titles or positions you hold, but by how much and how many people are willing to follow you. I think this is evident in places like our legislature, where close observers will note that some of the most influential members do not necessarily hold official leadership. While a position of leadership can be given to you by another group or another person, the actual quality of leadership is a skill set that you build and cultivate yourself. How you do that, like all things, is ultimately up to you. Personally, I focus on things like trustworthiness, collaboration, and this might sound cliche, but simply working hard on behalf of others. These are the things, among others, that are noted and appreciated and build up the skill set that people can draw around leadership. Looking at the next value of scholarship, I've spent my fair share of time as a student, and the skills that I learned in each one of those classrooms are carried with me to this day. To just give you some of my background, I can tell you that I identify as an introvert, and for a long time had extreme dislike of public speaking. High school me, sitting in the seats just like you, high school me would have been surprised to see me volunteering to stand up here today or to stand up on the floor of the legislature speaking so freely. And this is a skill set that I intentionally worked on through school. When I had an idea that I might want to do politics, might want to be involved and serve at some point in my life, I intentionally took classes that would build up the skill set, such as a public speaking course in college and negotiation and advocacy classes in law school. You see, and I tell this to my freshmen in college when they ask, school is not just about learning the facts and memorizing equations. School is about preparing you for life, the expected, the unexpected, and the next steps into adulthood and career exploration. You can choose classes for your skill set that you are looking to develop, not just in the subject matter you want to learn and master. Each opportunity you are given to learn is an opportunity to grow. Obviously, you've all started down this track already. We are honoring you for your academic success after all. Make sure you keep that drive and passion and tailor it to your skill sets, to your wants, to your needs, where you think you want it to take you in your career. Similarly, I've learned a lot of things about character throughout my time in the legislature. Many times my colleagues will say that you are only good as your word, meaning that if you say one thing and do the other, it makes it harder for people to trust you in the future. Now, part of this is because the Nebraska legislature is truly unique. We are nonpartisan, meaning we lack the party structure of every other legislature. There's nobody from a political party or organizing group telling us how to vote or else. We genuinely are truly 49 equal members who all have equal say in any given issue. Thus, much of the work we do in our field is on building relationships and bridging divides to work on issues that might seem disconnected. For example, there might not be much clear connection between my district here in kind of central Lincoln, the core of Lincoln, northeast Lincoln, the core of Lincoln, versus a senator who might represent much of the Nebraska Sandhills or Panhandle, representing a number of small towns across multiple counties. But when you dig down to the issues, you'll find that the towns they represent are having housing problems just like we are in Lincoln, that access to affordable housing, access to just housing in general is in desire and is a shortage. And that bridges a gap that we can work together to pass bills to help communities across the state. Finally, service to others is ultimately what drives my public service. To me, That means I do my best every day to advocate for the people that I represent, to ensure their voices are heard, and try to solve problems for them when I'm able to. I can bring bills to change laws so that they help people across the state. I can make connections with city and state leaders and encourage them to adopt policies that benefit my constituents. And I can work collaboratively with nonprofits and other advocacy groups to connect them with people who need their services. I wanted to represent Northeast Lincoln and the people who live here, who start families here, and who work and play in our neighborhoods. Northeast Lincoln is a special place, and I wanted to represent my neighbors and advocate for them, and show other people who might just be starting out of school and starting your careers that you too can run for office. You can do something that scares you. You can do something that makes a difference. It hasn't always been easy, but I feel it's important to not shy away from things that scare you, and things that you feel aren't quite ready. Like I said earlier, when I announced my campaign, I was 24. If I'd waited till I felt ready, if I'd truly waited till I felt 100% ready, or until somebody had told me it was my opportunity, I would probably still be waiting today. I would like to thank you all again for inviting me to share this special evening with you and for giving me an opportunity to share my story and the values of leadership, scholarship, character, and service. As you move forward with your high school career and plan for your future, I hope you'll continue to reflect on your NHS values and how they intertwine between your education and your careers. As I've said before, one of the key things that I wanted to share and that I've really learned from my story is knowing when to kind of seize the moment and go or believe in yourself and move forward. I, of course, come from a public service, serving in political office, and one of the key things we always hear is that people sometimes need to be asked up to 7 times to consider running for office before they start treating it seriously. I sometimes, in speeches like this, like to get a jump start, and just right here, right now, by being passionate, by being dedicated to your schoolwork, by being dedicated to your community, you are all already great candidates to consider a role in public service someday. And when the time is right, I hope you'll consider doing that and stepping up for your community. With that, parents, staff, families, please join me in giving me a round of the hand for all the wonderful honorees we're going to do tonight. Thank you all.
Membership in the National Honor Society is one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a high school student. The National Honor Society has worked hard to bring the accomplishments of outstanding students to the attention of parents, teachers, peers, and the community. Chapters in more than 13,000 schools across the nation strive to give practical meaning to the Society's goals of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. To demonstrate these pillars, this year's NHS has selected Cedars as our local project and Ocean Conservancy as our global project. During this school year, we are raising funds through various activities to donate to these causes. Membership of the Northeast High School chapter of the National Honor Society is earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities held in high esteem by society. 4 current officers will explain the pillars of NHS. Character.
Thomas Babington Macaulay noted, "The measure of a man's character is what he would do if he knew he would never be found out." Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes the person from others. It gives each of us our individuality. Without it, no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is a problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. Our chapter reflects high character and the expectations of each member. We participate in many activities such as Salvation Army bell ringing, car washes, and volleyball, where integrity, honesty, and responsibility are mandatory with collection of money. We also hold ourselves accountable for our actions at school and the community as representatives of Northeast Nhs. White is symbolic of purity and trust, thus it becomes symbolic of character.
Scholarship.
Ralph Waldo Emerson stated, "Scholarship is to be created not by compulsion, but by awakening a pure interest in knowledge." Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Our chapter understands the importance of learning, and we promote scholarship through our high academic standards. All members must meet and maintain academic criteria to remain part of NHS. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Pink is symbolic to divine wisdom, value, strength, and an attribute to dignity. Thus, it becomes symbolic of scholarship.
Leadership.
John Maxwell asserted, "The pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, the leader adjusts the sails." Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources exist in a country, it is ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members. To this end, our members show leadership through action. We help lead assemblies, participate in other school activities, promote service projects, and take on leadership roles in the classroom. Purple is symbolic of power, the regal color. Thus, it becomes symbolic of leadership.
Service.
Winston Churchill declared, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Service can be described in various ways. During the routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. The willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or recognition is a quality we seek in our membership. Of all the objectives of the Honor Society, service holds a place of distinction because it is a culmination of all the other pillars. Character, scholarship, and leadership all have their place in a person's makeup, but they are all worthless unless they finally result in an active service for others. Our chapter volunteers for many types of projects. Some of these include Mud Run, Pumpkin Run, Boo at the Zoo, Relay for Life, People City Mission Drive, and fun nights at different elementary schools. We hold various fundraisers throughout the year to donate to a local cause and a global cause. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow for our community. Red is symbolic of bravery, courage, and the call to serve. Thus, it becomes symbolic of service.
At this time, we are proud to introduce this year's NHS inductees. Candidates, please stand when your name is announced and remain standing until the next candidate's announcement.
Noor al-Janabi. Noor is a senior and has been active with choir and speech and debate. She has participated in Cornhusker Girls State and served as State Public Policy Commissioner. Mohammed al-Samak. Mohammed is a senior and has been active in track and cross country. He has volunteered with Nebraska Islamic Foundation and Al Ain Social Care Foundation. Kathy Appalot. Kathy is a senior actively involved in music, speech, debate, and slam poetry. She has volunteered with Bright Lights Camp and Planned Parenthood. Hara Oribi. Hara is a senior. She is active with choir and student council. She has volunteered for Center for People in Need, Bright Lights Camp, and Good Life Housing. Xander Beard. Xander is a senior who has been active in cross country and basketball. He has volunteered with various boys basketball camps, Meals on Wheels, and Night to Shine. Nicole Butner. Nicole is a senior who actively participates in cross country, track, and Girl Scouts. She has volunteered for food bank, bell ringing, and senior citizen centers. Sammy Berman. Sammy is a junior. She is active in band and orchestra. She has volunteered for activities with Tri-M and Waverly Methodist Church. Molly Campbell. Molly is a senior who is active in club gymnastics where she has placed as state champion several times. She has volunteered at a private community pool with various tasks. Alyssa Dalheim. Alyssa is a junior. She is active in band and Star Strutters. She has volunteered for Good Life Hazy and looks forward to expanding service through NHS. Sean Dart. Sean is a senior, actively participates in cross country, track, soccer, and Pershing Pals. He has volunteered with FoodNet and club soccer. Riley Duncan. He's not here. Aiden Galusha. Aiden is a junior. He has participated in orchestra and Tri-M. He strives to be a positive influence on others and has been successful with his job at Taco Inn. G. Gatnor. G is a senior who actively participates in basketball, track, and bowling. He has volunteered for various sport activities, Lincoln Parks and Rec, and other community fundraisers. Ivana Gray. Ivana is a senior. She has participated in AFROTC and choir. Through ROTC, she has been an active volunteer throughout the community.
Brayden Jeanette. Brayden is a senior who actively participates in Auto Club, football, and Rocket Strength Club. He has volunteered for football youth camps and community cleanup projects. Kenzie Kempe. Kenzie is a senior. She has participated in Star Strutters and track. She has volunteered for Relay for Life, Market to Market, LPS Backpack Walk, and Boo at the Zoo. Jenna Kramer. Jenna is a junior who has participated in academic decathlon, choir, Kiwanis Club, and 4-H. She has volunteered at Lincoln's Children's Zoo, Hospital, and Teen Youth Group. Colton Kuhar. Colton is a senior who actively participates in speech and band and has volunteered with the Mickle Band and Fur Trap Club. Jimmy Lee. Jimmy is a junior and has recognized for physical science, public speaking, and biology with top of his class awards. He seeks the new opportunities NHS provides for his service. Can Lee. Can is a senior who has participated in Math Club, Academic Decathlon, and Upward Bound. She has volunteered with Bright Lights and Adopt a Highway. Jennifer Lee. Jennifer is a junior who has participated in choir, Nebraska Skyfest, and Taekwondo. She seeks to expand services for others through NHS. Riley Lindhurst. Riley is a senior who actively participates in cheerleading, Pershing Pals, and National Business Honor Society. She has volunteered for Relay for Life, Autism Walk, Cornhusker State Games, Bright Lights, and Backpack Walk. Roman Lott. Roman is a junior. He has participated in football, wrestling, and track. He has volunteered with his youth group for City Impact. Alexis Marlar. Alexis is a senior who has participated in Girl Scouts, competitive gymnastics, Star Strutters, and soccer. She has volunteered for Relay for Life, Boo at the Zoo, bell ringing, food drive for City Mission, and other community projects. Elsie Maxwell. Elsie is a junior. She has participated in swimming, cross-country, and orchestra. She has been active in various community activities such as Women's March and Black Lives Matter marches. Payton Miller. Payton is a junior who has participated in speech and track. She has volunteered with creating masks for CHI, blood donations, Meals on Wheels, and Nebraska Democratic Party. Monica Ontiveros. Monica is a senior who is active with Student Council. She sees NHS as a means to be more involved with her community.
Preston Pierce. Preston is a junior. He is involved with band, orchestra, and bowling. He has volunteered with various elderly projects such as snow removal, craft projects, and lawn care. He is also active with the GSPC youth group. Micah Query. Micah is a junior. He participates in soccer and his youth group. He has volunteered for People City Mission, FoodNet, and various functions at elementary schools. Jordan Renard. Jordan is a junior who actively participates in cross-country, swimming, soccer, and marching band. She has volunteered at Matt Talbot and looks to expand her service through NHS. Jordan Sanford. Jordan is a senior who has been involved in math club and trap. He has volunteered with People City Mission and wants to increase his service through NHS. Joshua Thompson. Joshua is a junior. He has participated in orchestra, band, and Lincoln Youth Symphony. He has volunteered at the Gathering Place and wants to broaden his service with NHS. Thomas Thorpe. Tommy is a senior who is actively involved in band, soccer, and cross country. He has volunteered with FoodNet, YMCA, First Lutheran Youth Group, and youth sports clubs. Jacob Uphoff. Jacob is a junior. He has participated in Trap Club, Skills USA, Mickle Mentors, and 4-H. He has volunteered with sports league management, shut-in care packages, and various projects with Mount Olive Lutheran Church. Bobby Vogt. Bobby is a senior who actively participates in football, baseball, wrestling, and music. He has volunteered for various church projects, fireworks stands, and craft fairs. Lexi Watson. Lexi is a junior. She is involved in Star Strutters, yearbook, and as manager for wrestling. She has volunteered for the Backpack Walk, Relay for Life, Good Life Habsy, and Boo at the Zoo. Oren Weatherholt. Oren is a senior who actively participates in cross-country, basketball, track, and tennis. He has volunteered with concession stands and intends to broaden his service with NHS. Jaden Webb. Jaden is a junior and is involved with cross-country, basketball, track, and FCA. She has volunteered with Making Strides Cancer Walk, Resilience Survivorship Conference, and various projects with St. Mark's. Tristan Whitlock. Tristan is a senior. He has participated in soccer and tennis. He has volunteered with FoodNet and mentoring soccer at an elementary level. Seth Woodward. Seth is a junior who has actively participated in band, orchestra, trap, and cross country. He has volunteered with workshops and seeks to expand his service through NHS.
Candidates, please rise and repeat the pledge after me. I pledge myself always to seek the light of truth, to hold scholarly habits, to engage in worthy service, and to lead forward in all things that shall advance the welfare of the school and the well-being of my community. Let's congratulate the new Northeast National Honor Society members. Candidates, you may be seated. Thank you, and Ms. Appleby will provide us with closing comments.
Good evening. Congratulations. I had an opportunity today to spend a little bit of time caring for my mother-in-law. And you might be wondering, where is Appleby going with this? Well, a couple reasons that I want to bring her up. One, she's a very, very proud alum of Lincoln Northeast High School. And there's not a time when she and I aren't together that she wants to know what's going on at school and what's happening, what are kids doing. And I got to talk to her about this opportunity tonight to stand in front of your folks and your family and just how proud I am of you. This is a really neat opportunity. And as you were, actually before you even arrived on stage, I was looking out in the audience and I thought, this feels normal again. This feels like school before a pandemic. And I'm so happy that we're able to celebrate each of you tonight. You are a very important part of our school, and you help make our days as awesome as they are. And everything that I heard the officers talk about as far as leadership and service and character, that's you. Thank you for all you do for Northeast, and on behalf of the Lincoln Northeast admin team, thank you, and let us know how we can support you. Thank you to family and parents for being here tonight. Congratulations.